if you're seeing this, then this is your full moon in Aquarius message. This video is for our earth signs. So earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Very exciting. And this moon that we have, not only is it a full moon in Aquarius, but it is also a super blue moon. So super big energy, energy that is powerful and potent, and we can work with for a few days. If you are seeing this video and it is not August 19th, 2024, which is the super blue full moon in Aquarius, that's fine, because you can trust that these messages found you exactly when you needed to see them. So, take what messages resonate, leave what doesn't. This is a general reading. So, this is a general reading. I just saw 111 and I was like, do I share that? Yes. Okay. I just saw 111 on my timer. So, but this is a general reading. So we're looking generally at the energy that's around for the collective who's coming to this video. If you are at this video, that means that you are perhaps an earth sign, whether that is your sun, your moon, your rising. That could be any other planetary placement in your astrological birth chart. Or you could just have a really strong resonance with earth energy at the moment. So, you don't have to question it too much. We've all got a lot of layered energies within us. And, if you're the one who knows the best what messages are here for you. So take what you like, leave what you don't. Really all you need is an open heart, an open mind, and a willingness to face your own truth. So, yes. So we are going to take a look at a few things. I have my Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. So we're going to pull an Oracle card and see who is here with us to guide us through underneath this energy. Then we're going to pull a few tarot cards from the deck. We're going to get one card to highlight your focus under this moon, another card representing the gifts that you are here to receive under the full moon, and another to talk about the gifts for you to give under this moon. And then we're going to tie it all up with a pretty little bow with our moon deck oracle, get some advice, some affirmation, some encouragement to take with us as we go and as we work with the energy and embody and shift and shed our skin and all of those things. So yes, we'll talk a little bit about the astrology to begin with. I don't want to get too much into it, though. There is really, mostly because there's so much going on. I am not an astrologer per se. My work is very heavily astrologically informed, for sure. And I work with those archetypes. However, for me to keeping up right now with everything that's going on is just an insane task. It's like trying to keep up with the news. So there's so much moving. August has been a really big month. We have the Lionsgate portal. We have at least 3 or 4 planets in retrograde. Saturn, Uranus, Mercury is right in the middle of its retrograde, about to come out of it. And Chiron, the wounded healer, is also retrograding, because why not? So this is a huge point of reflection within all of these spaces. Saturn as the planet of rules, restrictions, time, routines, structure. Mercury, communication, thoughts, ideas, technology, Neptune as, you know, the subconscious mind. Neptune? No. Uranus, the Great Awakener. Okay, so, and actually now I don't know which one it is. And maybe even Pluto is retrograding. You see, I don't even, it's so much. And these larger planets, we're working with this retrograde energy for pretty much the rest of the year. Mercury is much closer in proximity, so we're going to be getting out of that pretty soon, at the end of August. I want to say it's the 28th. Don't quote me on that. But yes, and the moon is full now. Full moons are also a time of reflection. It's a time of clearing and letting go and harvest. It's at its peak fullness, so we can really see our best within the dark at this point. So what's working, what's worth continuing to water, continuing to nurture and grow, what needs to be pruned, what needs to be completely just uprooted and let go. With it being a super blue moon, so super moons are rare enough. This is when the moon appears brighter and bigger. A blue moon, this is where we get that term once in a blue moon. So that's even more rare. The fact that all of this is happening together is also super rare. So the energies are big and potent. I don't know about you, but I have felt pretty insane. But as far as I can tell, you know, this is, especially with Aquarius energy, this is challenging us to step in wholeheartedly into our authentic self. Aquarius is humanitarian in nature, but it is unique in its individuality. And it is the unique individual that comes together within the collective that creates the change. Yeah. And it can be a little ambiguous and it can be a little foggy because Aquarius is known as the water bearer, but it's an air sign, but it's also fixed air energy. And just naturally, the fixed signs are a little more stubborn. So there's a lot going on. If you're feeling big feelings, normal. If people from, you know, season 3 are coming to check in season 8, normal. So yeah, not to mention like just like everything that's going on in the world, right? It's a lot. Someone texted me earlier this week and was like, girl, what is happening in the sky? Because I feel insane. And I was like, yeah, yeah, that tracks. So yeah, so without like, you know, we could go for days and days on that, but I don't want to let that eat up too much of our time here. Because I really specifically want to take a look for you, my beautiful earth signs, my Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Also leaving Leo season, big Leo energy, you know, closing up the summer, coming into Virgo season, really challenging us now that we've explored those heart-centered spaces of being. Now with Virgo, it's an energy where we can get really detail-oriented and start putting this into some sense of practice. Yes. So, lots of stuff happening. Let's go ahead and I'm going to grab our Keepers of the Light Tarot without further ado. And I'm going to ask what energy, there it is here for our earth signs to guide us in and sort of be present with us here under this energy. Okay, let's see what we've got. Oh, charity. Prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven. Ask and you shall receive. This is such a pretty card. Ask and you shall receive. Right? Sometimes it really is that easy. Let's see what the little book says. It's got all sorts of things. Okay. Here we go. Faith, hope, and charity are a trinity of archangels who are dedicated to helping us regain our natural traits of kindness, trust, and faith in the highest good. So maybe you have like not had a lot of faith in humanity lately. I get it. That's relatable. Charity is the twin flame of Charity is the twin flame of Archangel Chamuel. There's a tongue twister for you. She has a great spirit that encourages us to undertake the spiritual practices of prayer and meditation. Prayer is the way we speak with the divine, and meditation is the way we open ourselves to receive the answers we need to hear. Charity is also the angel who kisses the forehead of all those who pray in support of others. She absolutely loves to see this kindness because it creates an inspirational healing wave of goodwill to the world. The powerful Archangel Charity is drawing close to you at this time because she has recognized that you have goodness in your heart and you have put others first. She brings you thanks and support. Move into prayer and meditation with regard to any decisions you have made at this time. You are being guided to take the time to breathe and receive. Know that you will have a real surge of intuition when it's time to move forwards. Thank the angels for guiding you towards your highest good and welcome Charity into the space with you. Yes. So maybe you've been working really hard on manifesting things as well. And there is as much an action-oriented element to manifestation as there is a time of just being and opening to receive. So perhaps that's something that you struggle with. Maybe you want to continually push forward when what you really need to do now is just like you're doing what you can. You're doing what you need to do. You know, especially a lot of earth energy, it builds, right? It builds, it's moving someplace, maybe not super fast, but yeah. Maybe focusing more on being over doing. That now is just the time to be and receive. Interesting. Okay. And in doing that, right, you're connecting and asking for what it is that you would like to receive. Have you asked? Like, have you actually asked for it? Sometimes all you have to do is ask. Sometimes. Especially like if you're working with angel energy, they won't do anything for you. You actually have to ask. So if you're someone who works with angel energy in any kind of capacity, maybe that's a thing for you. Yeah, they may be right there being like, you just have to ask. You just have to ask. It's giving, this is such a weird image that's coming into my mind, but it's giving me those little like trolls under the bed in the labyrinth when they were just waiting for her to say the line to take her baby brother away. If you haven't seen that movie, that was no spoilers. That happens in the first part of the movie. So, but yeah. Yeah. And that's also sort of a weird analogy, but she was asking for her, you know, to not have this responsibility of this baby brother. And they just needed to hear it from her mouth. And then like within an instant, right? So, so that's so interesting that's coming through. Okay, let's go ahead and consult the tarot here. I would like to pull 3 cards. The first card, can I please have? That's our focus right there. Thank you so much. And I also see right off the bat, I see our gift to receive and our gift to give. Perfect. Also, it occurs to me that like I didn't introduce myself at the beginning of the video. I think, did I? No. If you've been here before, fine. You already know. But if you haven't, hi, my name is Lara. It's so nice to see you. Welcome. And I hope that this is helpful for you. Okay, so continuing on. So I'm not just some random person who came up somewhere in your whatever, your algorithm. Okay. Yes. Interesting. Okay. I'm just taking a look at our cards here. Huh. Wow. Okay. Yeah. You know, it's funny. I feel like we had this in one of our other readings as well, and I'm not remembering off the top of my head if it was fire or water. Anyway, not that that has to mean anything, but maybe that's an element that's resonating with you too, and maybe that's maybe there's more information for you in one of the other videos. But what we have, we're going to start with our shadow card. So our shadow card representing the subconscious, the energy that is underneath the surface, driving the situation for us. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this card in this position, well, in the upright position, it's very action oriented. It's going after what you want. There's an element of like really stepping in your full authenticity in this imagery for me. And just being bold and brazen and going out and getting what it is that you want. In the reverse position, maybe there is some tendency to be overly impulsive, some reluctance to stand in your authenticity, maybe. Or this could also feel like uninspired. Maybe you feel uninspired. I could see it being any one of those. I think You know what's honestly, some of it might be confusion, because what we have coming behind is the Hierophant in reverse. And generally speaking, the Hierophant is, this is a highly spiritual card. It is about a spiritual path. Typically, it can also represent a mentor here, like a spiritual mentor. In the reverse position, though, it's a lot less about like the conventional path, and a path that you are forging for yourself, not without being on a spiritual path. Maybe you are the mentor. Maybe you are, likely you are walking your own walk, which is a lonelier road. And maybe that's causing the confusion. Maybe your energy doesn't feel focused. Maybe it feels all over the place. Like, where do I go? What is really for me? It's like you have one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake, because you also have the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is swift communication, action. You can see, there's forward movement happening, but it feels a little I think there's just a little bit of insecurity or unsure, like you're unsure, not being fully sure of who you are. Is that what I want to say? Hang on, I dropped a card. Hang on one second. It's like, okay, so I've got the cards back. So it's as if you're ready to go. You're ready to move. But it's like you're not fully trusting. Did you hear that? My bedroom window is open. It's like you're not fully trusting that you are on the path, that you are making progress. Maybe that's really hard for you to see right now. But all of this is coming supported with the Temperance card, which is a card about balance. It's a card about harmony. It's a card about moderation. It's a card about alchemy. It's a card about being in touch with that higher self. That is how you walk down this very, very individualized path, is by connecting. I get a lot of like holy guardian angel when I see this image here, and like taking this life from what it was and turning it into something new. And we have prayer and contemplation and connect with heaven. So I think, even more so is like just making space for yourself to breathe, because that's how the aha moment that you seem to be looking for is coming in that breath, that pause. And you have to ask. Okay, so interesting. Let's go ahead and look at what we have on the table. What is the focus for you, my beautiful earth signs? Okay. The focus is the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is this is an energy that is you could be like, this is like mean girl energy. This is just, you know, it is cold. It is cutthroat. It is disconnected emotionally. And likely for good reason, because if you see in its upright position, this little cup here, and the cups in this are representing our emotions, and this is in a little cage. In the upright position, this is a protective, right? This is clear vision. This is direct and concise, can appear cold and calculated, but this energy is just raging for no reason. Just like Ice Queen energy. And I feel like if this is not representative of someone in your life, then it's representative of you. Perhaps you've become too guarded in order to protect yourself. Perhaps this is a way in which you're thinking, right? Because also we're talking about swords, and swords are our mental energies, our thoughts. The focus here is highlighting those thoughts that you're using to cut yourself down, which is what's keeping this energy from being in its fullness. As far as, so that's our focus. That's what's being illuminated under the moon. As far as the gift to receive, you know, we have the Seven of Pentacles. There's so much potential here. All of these seeds have been planted. And I think with this focus, I wouldn't be surprised if you're being like overly harsh on yourself right now, because you've planted all these seeds and you've been so busy watering and watching. This person's very intently watching. They're literally putting their energy into this, you know, very small growth. What you're seeing here is maybe not a lot to speak of, but look at all these, you know, all of these seeds that have planted have taken root. It's just, do you see, like, the roots have to be just as deep and just as big as what is growing up. Like with a tree, the root system mirrors what the branches and the leaves look like. That's how it maintains its balance. And so these roots have been busy literally taking root. You may not be seeing a lot, but there's a lot going on that you can't see. And you're over here cutting yourself down. But I think underneath this energy, you're going to start to see the sprouting here that's happening. Okay? And so what is the gift that you have to give? Interestingly enough, it's the Knight. Well, a lot of Knights. The Knight of Cups. Cups are our emotions. The Knight of Cups is like the most romantic of the deck. The gift for you to give is to, like, I want to say safely, but pour your heart out. Pour your heart out. And I think that really ties in with like the prayer, the contemplation, ask and you shall receive. Like, spirit needs a sense of romance as well. You know, and you have these dreams, these seeds that you've planted. You're being really hard on yourself. And I think the universe is asking you to give a little romance. You know, does that make sense? Like, as you ask, make it lovely. Pour your love into it. Spirit loves that, and manifestation feeds off of that. Creativity feeds off of romance. You know, and even if, you know, and this is interesting because our air signs got this as well, even an act of self-care can be the gift to give, because it is like it's showing your surrender, your commitment, your ability to like get really ooey gooey with your words and really romance your words is what's going to help you bring this into fruition as you connect with the universe. So hopefully that makes sense. That makes sense, right? Wow, that's so interesting. And you know what? I'm not even going to lie to you. It may feel really hard to do because it looks like you're in this place here. So, you know, if you're like, this is stupid, I want to do this, so dumb. Like, don't listen to that voice. Let it be cringe and gross. Like, you know, and maybe it's my Aquarius rising, but like anytime I like somebody, I'm like, ugh, God, that's so gross, so stupid. It's so stupid. Because it's like, just, you know, it makes you goofy, but it's leaning into that goofiness, that soft, gooey hope, you know, hopeless, romantic kind of vibes. And I think very specifically, because nights are messengers, this is about you maybe forming some petition and speaking it out to spirit. That could be like literally doing that could be wise for you. Wow, that's so interesting. Okay, so that's what I've got as far as the reading. I'm going to pull a little moon deck card really quickly here. There we go. I was going to say what advice, encouragement. Oh, there's two here. Excuse me. Wow. Okay. All right. So one is, I honor the natural process of growth and transformation. Okay. That's literally here. The natural process of growth and transformation. Butterflies here in the cocoon. And then also, it is safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. Sensuality. Yes, that is this card here. Exactly that. Let me see. I mean, for me, this is pretty self-explanatory. To be honest, I don't really think I need to read out of the book. Expressing that sensuality, is what is going to help you with this process of change and transformation. As far as I can tell. So, This is really beautiful. This is fun. Gotta love a little romance. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I'm gonna leave it at that for today. Thank you so much for being here. I would love it. Hopefully this makes sense. Please let me know. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, share, all of the things. There's also all kinds of information in the description box below this video if you would like to learn more about what I do, if you'd like to connect. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok and all of those other things. So, you know, I would love to connect. And yeah, I think this is really beautiful. I hope, you know, this is going to be a really, really nice night for yourself as far as I can see. Just spending some time with you. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got. So please take care. I will see you on the other side. As always, until next time.